college basketball podcast. I feel like we have a very Washington football team name.
DB Hoops.
Yeah.
College Hoops.
DB Hoops. I am your host, Rob Fox. As always, joined by co-host, producer, Danny Rags.
What's up?
Dan Regester.
What up, what up?
Hashtag cash.
No,
Register?
no, we don't have to do that. It's Regester, first off.
Yeah, I know.
Like a clown.
I am happy to you, though. Like, I feel indebted to you because you won me money this weekend, but on football, not basketball.
Right.
We hit a Dan was like, dude, look at this parlay I put in. It's based on like S&P plus variance stuff, and I was just like, yeah, send that to me. I'm gonna bet that too, and it fucking hit.
It did.
It
5-team
fucking
parlay.
hit. Walked away with $800. It should have been more.
Should have been more. We got kind of boned.
We got ass fucked by our bookie.
The Utah Colorado game.
Yeah,
it got moved from Friday to Saturday, so technically a cancellation.
This was our bookie's explanation. We were like, whoa, like so one game did push because it got canceled for COVID. But the other game just got moved from Friday to Saturday. I don't even remember why.
It was for ratings.
Okay.
The Pac-12.
Yeah.
Once again, Larry Scott bones us.
Larry Scott fucked us again.
Because the same thing would have happened Friday night.
Yeah.
Utah would have beat Colorado convincingly.
Yeah, so Utah beat Colorado convincingly, and that was part of our parlay. We won it, but our bookie was like, oh, it got moved to Saturday, so it's a push because it's like different.
It's a different game. It was the same line. They won outright, but whatever. It doesn't matter. That's why you should use mybookie.com.
Yeah, my bookie is much fairer
than an actual street bookie.
Yes, I agree with that. We have a sketchy mafia-based bookie
or
something like that. Probably can't say anymore without getting murdered. But yeah, man, so fuck that. That's football. But yeah, so we won some money. We're going to talk about this was a good week of college basketball.
Yeah, we're going to try to get the chat a little bit more involved in this as well.
Are you looking at the chat?
Yeah.
All right, you can look at the chat. I
got a lot of things to go off of right now. I've got several screens.
Cool. Yeah, no, it was a good week of college basketball, though, and I'm going to start it off with my airplane bottle to sneak into a game of the week, airplane bottle shot of the week, whatever you want to call it.
What do you got this week?
I have some Rumpelmann's knockoff, 99 peppermint. It's 99 proof. It looks fucking awful. It's a liqueur.
Is this to celebrate the Mizzou win?
This is to celebrate. So I wanted something Christmassy again because the greatest Christmas tradition in St. Louis is when Mizzou beats Illinois in basketball. We have a losing record overall, but when we win against Illinois, it is glorious. And we're on a 3-game winning streak, and now we're ranked number 16. We're going to get into that game in a minute, into the bragging rights game. But, yeah, I'm feeling very Christmassy. That was the first Christmas present I got this year was Missouri basketball, so I'm going to take this fucker down.
Colorado uncounted points after the game beat Utah. What? What, Hawk? Says Colorado find a bunch of uncounted points after the game to beat Utah. I don't get that joke.
Bad. That was bad. That was like bad Rumpelmann.
Okay. Well, talking to the microphone. You have a mic.
That was really bad. Oh, fuck. That was like shitty Rumpelmann's.
You really derail us as soon as we start the podcast too with the stupid fucking
by taking
shot.
A shot. Well, yeah. I might not do. Well, I like
it's
it.
It's like you get into a nice little rhythm, little intro, and then you just we're gonna
keep talking.
We're gonna
this
go
is a two-man
silent
show. This is
for 30 seconds.
There's no choice. You're choosing to go silent. This is a choice you're making. You just sit there and watch me.
Well, I'm pro-choice.
I am not. All right, so let's get in the weekly recap. You added this game at the top.
I did.
If you want to talk,
because it's probably the most relevant game, and obviously it happened yesterday.
Fuck.
All these other games you kind of put up on our little rundown were throughout the week.
Well, it's a weekly recap.
It is, but
most of the big games were early in the week.
So I titled the episode today "Convenient Cancellations" because it's just a slew of games getting canceled.
Yeah.
For some of the right reasons, some of the wrong reasons.
Yeah, well,
specifically Duke.
Yeah, Duke is. I wrote this later in the thing, but Illinois broke Coach K.
Yeah, no,
Illinois. We'll get into that. But the first game is
West Virginia, Richmond. Richmond's been looking good all season, and West Virginia smacked that ass, 87-71.
Yeah, because West Virginia is real fucking good.
Yeah.
I was a little worried about them after that. Who'd they play real early? Gonzaga.
I mean,
they gave Gonzaga a game, but I just I expected
87,
more.
82?
Something like that. I expected more, though. I expected it to be Gonzaga had it.
Gonzaga might be an all-time
West Virginia closed
team.
the gap in that game a little bit, but Gonzaga was in control for I would say the last quarter of the game, the last 10 minutes of the game.
This game West Virginia goes on a late first half run, ends up 52-30.
Yeah, no,
Never look back after. Miles McBride, the sophomore guard for West Virginia, finished with 20. Senior guard Taz Sherman had 15 off the bench. Tyler Burton, Nathan Caio, Blake Francis all had double digits for Richmond, but
No one else apparently
Game
did
was-
any
yeah.
fucking anything.
game was never really close.
Well, Richmond had a sketch-ass game the other day that we were live betting like psychos.
yeah.
Wofford against Wofford.
Against Wofford.
Yeah, Wofford fucking took him down to the wire. And then Richmond scored the last 6 points in this game. So it should have been 20. It was a 22-point deficit, and they just dumped in, I think, a couple buckets in garbage time to make it slightly less awful. But yeah, I'm starting to have some doubts about Richmond. This little, like, darling mid-major. I don't know if they're it.
Craig in the chat just said, I blame Dirty Dan for taking the Finns yesterday. Well, if you took the Finns and the points, they covered. I know this isn't a NFL show. But
Wrong. Yeah, wrong. No, I think there's nothing I care less about than the NFL.
because you don't have a team. You're from St. Louis.
Had one.
You had a team. And
Even
they
then,
gone.
I was like, whatever. Like, that Super Bowl was fun, but I hardly gave a fuck. They were so bad for so long, and our stadium sucked. The NFL's boring. It's fucking boring. That's why I like college. It's interesting. It's fun.
Yeah, and next week, right before Christmas, I think we're going to end up doing both a college football and college basketball, like Super Pod. Because that'll be
we're going
bowl
live
season-
for like the
yeah,
whole
bowl-
fucking day.
bowl season. No, it's a different show, too.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
okay.
no. Next Saturday with Ross and with, I think, Dan and everybody, we're going to be doing a live
The whole
watch
crew's going to be here all fucking day.
all day
Yeah.
with the college football games.
Yeah.
So
Something
all the
fucked
championship
up's
games.
going to happen.
Which is weird because
Something upsetting is going to
yeah,
happen.
well, you have teams in football right now that are just filling in for the championship games.
Yeah.
Because I believe Washington.
whatever.
No, Washington can't qualify, or they got COVID, so Oregon's slipping in for the Pac-12 championship. Did you hear
Whatever.
this?
This isn't a football podcast. I don't care. We'll talk about it.
Sure.
Talk about it then.
Okay.
So West Virginia to me, dude, that fucking win, like the way they just railed Richmond.
Dude, it's Huggy Bear, man.
I'm telling you, West Virginia. If I had to fill in a bracket right now,
It's not your typical West Virginia team
no.
either.
Unless
not press
West
Virginia.
Virginia had a really bad draw, I would take West Virginia in a Final Four right now. I would write them in. They're so fucking good. And I love watching them too. I love watching basketball teams where you're just like, oh my god,
Here's the thing.
all these dudes are jacked.
The way the season's
I like
going right
jack
now.
dudes.
Yeah, no. Love Jack dudes.
That's why I was like, ooh, I want to co-host with Dan. Dan's jacked.
Yeah. And we're getting a little flabby. It's the holiday season, but regardless. This isn't like what you think of West Virginia though. We've talked about this in the podcast before where
It's not
just
press
like,
Virginia.
No. But there's teams that like kind of fit the mold every year. It doesn't matter who's on the roster. For
Like
instance, Florida State.
Yep.
Long, athletic, defensive, can't shoot for shit, which is
Oh, that's right on par with them.
Very
this year.
accurate
They're still
this
going to
year.
win the ACC with it, I think.
but
But
God, it's so fucking hard to watch.
I like it.
Well, as an underboy, yeah.
I like it as as under porn. Well, I don't know, whatever. All right, now we're gonna get into my favorite game.
Yeah, because your team is actually good at basketball this year.
My team is actually good at basketball. It's so fucking insane. Mizzou, Illinois, the bragging rights game. Missouri walked away with a 3-point victory, but that really doesn't matter because it was one of the worst games I've ever watched.
Right on cue, Tyler Swank, Dirty Dan. Thoughts on Mizzou?
Yeah. You know how many fouls were called in this 40-minute basketball game?
How many?
52. It was unfucking believable.
College refs are the best.
It was. I'm not joking. Like, I watch a fuck ton of college basketball. I watch it all the time. I'm not like an insane super fan that knows like recruiting and is like, I can tell you every player and every
You're
team.
not tweeting at recruits like,
Yeah,
fuck you.
Yeah, but I watch.
How could you?
By the way, we need to do that segment. Recruit tweets.
Recruit
Fuck,
tweets,
we forgot
yeah.
to. Yeah,
No, we're going to get to
just
that.
to piss off Big Blue Nation. But I watch so much college basketball, and especially when I gamble on it, when I'm actually like, that's when I'll be like paying like hyper attention to it because I'm like I like to act like I have some fucking control over the game. Yeah, man.
I mean, you
that
guys
was
are-
no joke. This is not my bias talking. One of the top 5 worst refereed games I've ever seen. Everyone was talking about it, like on both sides. Illinois fans, Missouri fans, they were like, that was fucking terrible.
Have you ever refereed a game? Like
No.
in any sport?
Baseball.
Okay. I've reffed like a 6th grade basketball game.
Yeah.
When I was in high school.
How do you even do that?
Well, just volunteering.
I mean, I just
My
mean,
parents
like,
volunteering me
yeah,
for
what do
this
you
position.
what do you call on these fucking children?
Oh, I called everything.
Well, dude, I fucking sucked at basketball. I quit it.
Yeah, we know.
I quit it in. Do you know why I quit playing basketball?
Because you are probably the least athletic person I know.
That's deeply untrue. I will smoke your fucking dick off in tennis.
I played tennis maybe 5 times in my life. I'd probably beat you.
No, you wouldn't. I will murder you in that. I'm also better than you at like soccer. There's so many things I'm better than you at. Are you kidding me?
Play soccer and
I could run faster than you too.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
When's the last time you ran? Because I sprint.
I run all the time.
I do HIIT training.
Okay, whatever. No, this is bullshit. Yeah, your best sport is golf. That is the least athletic fucking thing
No,
in the world. It's hand-eye.
it's basketball
Oh my god.
for
All
sure.
right.
I got a dirty jump.
Anyway, I quit playing basketball in 6th grade because we had basketball practice at the same time that Friends was on.
That's why you quit.
I preferred to watch Friends over playing basketball.
Now I have several questions, mostly about your taste in like comedy.
This was in the 90s. I wasn't like watching reruns.
Friends sucks.
It was great.
It's fucking.
You watch
terrible.
it for the drama,
No one watches Friends for the drama.
for the melodrama. Yeah, no, you watch it for the will they won't they shit. You don't watch it for the like sick jokes. Although at the end of the run of Friends, when actually I quit basketball, that one of their writers was Robert Carlock, who ended up doing 30 Rock. So fuck you.
Sure, 30 Rock's great. Friends not so much.
He was writing good jokes at the end. Anyway, yeah, that's why I quit.
Here's
Dude,
the thing.
This Mizzou game.
Can I actually talk about
Yeah,
the team?
absolutely.
Mizzou's actually pretty well rounded, right? So you got Drew Smith. He had 17. Xavier Pinson had 17. Javon Pickett had 14. Kobe Brown with 12. I mean, you have guys that are your whole team's pretty much averaging double digits.
So
at this point,
the thing with Mizzou is I talk about this with our buddy Gleason all the time, who's a fellow Mizzou alum with me. And I've told my friends this because I watch more Mizzou basketball than them, who've started texting me being like, wait, are we legit? The thing with this team is like there's no one play. They don't have a guy. You know what I mean? There's no fucking guy.
It's either Xavier Pinson or Drew Smith.
Pinson and Smith are the closest things to the guys.
But yeah, not necessarily.
They don't have an
a guy.
IO, whatever.
He dropped 36, by
Right.
the way. That was nasty.
He was,
Kofi Cockburn had 19. And then
Kofi Cockburn is terrifying.
Yeah, he's baby Shaq.
He is a fucking monster. I can't believe he didn't go into the draft last. What did they not like about him?
I think he was just sketched out by COVID.
That might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
But so the thing about Mizzou, though, is that they're fairly deep. They go about 8 or 9 deep, and there's no bad players.
Yeah. But
There's no one bad on the team.
back to Cockburn, yeah, like last year's draft sucked.
Yeah.
This year's much deeper. Yeah.
IO, too. They
Yeah.
both could have gone,
They probably should have.
and they came back.
Io might. I mean, he's in the conversation for Player of the Year, but I mean, the way
Luka's going to.
I mean, the way Garza's going right now.
Luka.
Yeah.
The only way Iowa can take it is if he keeps dropping 30-ish a night, and then they beat Iowa one or two. I don't know how many times they play
We'll get
them.
into it, but yeah, Luka's averaging fucking
Luka's insane.
30 points a game on 69% shooting.
But
Nice.
no, man, Missouri is legitimate, and what I like about them, what I really like about this team is they do good tournament shit. They have good guards. Last year they were the best, one of the best, like top 10 free throw shooting team in the league, and this year they're close to it as well. Like they do, and they don't have anyone. They have no liabilities. They do not have a guy with the exception of maybe Pinson or Drew Smith is the more consistent guy.
Yeah,
like Drew Smith will do it. Drew Smith will score 15 points every night.
You don't have
no
any
matter what.
vegan anti-vaxxers
We don't have a Porter
on Mizzou this year.
fucking not getting any protein. God damn it! Do not let your kids be vegan ever. That is why Michael Porter Jr.
Dude,
is injury
fucking
prone.
Mike Dom did this last year for South Dakota State.
Yeah.
You'll remember him a few years ago. He made a run with South Dakota State in the tournament. Came back last year as a vegan for about 2 weeks. Said it was the worst decision of his life and went immediately back to meat.
Dude, you can be a vegan. Most people can be a vegan. A fucking professional athlete cannot be a vegan.
No,
There's
nobody can be a vegan. Like
people could be a vegan. Some twee little hipster can be a vegan.
you might be doing
A
it for the
fucking-
right. You might think you're doing it for the right reasons, but you're really just costing yourself.
Right.
Like your body needs animal protein. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it does.
It's like science.
But yeah, man, Mizzou's legit now. I really like Mizzou as a tournament team, like because they'll be. I think barring a disaster, they'll be in the tournament.
Surpriser.
I like the way they play. I do not like the way Illinois plays. They are a serious early round upset contender right now.
Well, they're very reliant on obviously Cockburn and Io, and then Andre Corbello had 14 off the bench. Nobody else on the team scored more than like 4 points. They are very top heavy. They're
top heavy.
They're not deep.
Here's the other thing: they don't hit free throws. They're real bad at the line.
Yeah, no, that's just a common theme with college basketball for the most part.
Yeah.
You need that like little tiny white guy at the end of games just to hit free throws.
They do have good guards, though. Like, their guards are good, but they don't hit free throws. Like, even Io down the stretch was missing free throws. Like, the guy who's dumping in 36 couldn't hit free throws.
He's also not, his jumper's not fantastic.
I know, but, like, still, if you're that good at that level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to happen in college.
Yeah.
Because, the elite of elite in the NBA, they make their free throws.
Right.
But when it comes to college, it's kind of hit or miss.
Right now, I think Illinois is really good, and because we're going to get to this, right now, they broke Duke.
They broke Duke.
But
Duke is no
Duke
longer
sucks.
having non-conference games.
Duke, they broke Coach K. Like, Duke sucks. Duke.
We're late on this. Obviously, our show's on Monday.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to this. What happened?
Tuesday.
Tuesday
Yeah,
was
something
Illinois
like
Duke.
that. Yeah.
And then, he came out Wednesday, and everybody just dragged him through the mud.
Yeah, he was like,
rightfully so. Coach K sucks.
Coach K does suck. I still love him for getting that gold medal in 08.
Oh, yeah.
He
it
was
really hard.
It was.
The redemption team. We should, the U.S. should have multiple teams in the Olympics so we could have
I agree
gold,
with that.
silver and medal, or bronze.
The only good part about the United States balkanizing or having a civil war would be multiple NBA teams in the Olympics. That's the only part that would be good.
We don't even need NBA players, and we'd win every year, I think.
Not anymore. We're just talking shit out of college kids can't hit free
It doesn't
throws.
matter. Our biggest competition's Argentina.
Spain, Argentina, China's not bad.
The Gasol brothers can only last for so long, okay?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
They're still good. Spain's still good.
Yeah,
But
France, of course.
Regardless, fuck Coach K. Coach K wanted to cancel the rest of the non-con slate after Illinois broke their
Connor
back.
Murphy says that's a bold statement saying Coach K sucks. He's a great coach. As a human, he sucks. He's just the worst.
Yeah. He is definitely a good coach.
For
sure.
He's just a phony. He's fake.
Although
he
I do
pretends
think
to care
wait,
about.
I said this before we went on, and you disagreed that Duke's last 2 championships were soft.
You said that.
Yeah, I said that. You disagreed.
They beat that pretty good Wisconsin team with Sam Decker and Frank Kaminsky.
They played a mid-major and missed the greatest Kentucky team the greatest team in the history of basketball. College basketball.
Kind of on Kentucky. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that is on Kentucky. I'm just saying they got lucky in their 2 last championships.
Okay.
And they got lucky Gordon was off by an inch.
Well, they have more national championships, the last 10 years than ACC championships?
That's probably accurate, but that doesn't matter. Wait, regular season or tournament?
Regular season.
Oh, I don't know.
I think tournament, too. I don't think they
Well, the tournament's whatever. That's kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah.
You don't need to win the tournament when you're Duke. It
Also,
helps. You want that one
Nico
seed.
the Greco, Wisconsin should have won that game. I agree. They were up 9.
Didn't you lose money on
I
that?
lost a lot of money on that game. I had Wisconsin plus 5.5. They were up 9 with 10 minutes left, and they didn't even cover.
Yeah.
So that was brutal.
Here's the thing I don't get with Coach K's logic. Don't you want a tune-up? Because the ACC is just going to fuck you up.
ACC is not as good as you
They're
think. They're
down, but so's Duke. The reason the ACC is down is because Duke is down. They're gonna that conference is gonna fuck them up.
I know, but I think they just didn't want to have any embarrassing losses.
Yeah,
They don't want to risk it.
they lost to Stephen F. Austin at home last year, so
You don't want another Stephen F. Austin again.
Duke is looking real soft right now.
Craig says he wants to see Coach K versus Coach Knight in a death match.
Well, age-wise, I would take a death match of both of them at 60.
Yeah.
I would watch that.
Bobby Knight owns who he is. Coach K is Bobby Knight because obviously he's coming from that coaching
He was
lineage.
a player under Bobby Knight at West
Army.
Point. Yeah.
And for whatever reason, he tries to throw that in the background, that he's not Coach K. He tries to be a little bit more palatable, I guess.
Yeah.
But he deep down, he's just Coach
People
K.
have always hated him though. This isn't a
Or
new thing.
He's Bobby Knight. He's deep down, he's Bobby Knight.
Yeah, behind the scenes, he is for sure.
Yeah.
Creighton, Kansas. I have some thoughts on this game.
Okay.
Creighton, if Allen Fieldhouse had been full, Creighton would have lost by 15 points. Creighton looked fucking scared and fucking sloppy.
They just couldn't shoot. They
in
went
an
9,
empty. They had a lot of bad luck. They did-
9 for 23 from 3.
They had a lot of bad luck.
It's
But
not bad luck. It's Marcus Garrett. He's the best perimeter defender in the country.
they were missing wide open shots.
Well,
They were
first off,
missing-
he's the defensive player of the year last year.
I get that, but they were missing open fucking shots. Like they were getting looks and they weren't hitting it. Part of that's bad luck, but part of that I think is too like they were fucking scared. Like they didn't play up at all.
Yeah, Zagorowski went 5 for 14. Still ended up with 16, but yeah, not a great day shooting for him. And they kind of go as he does.
Yeah.
They're just going to launch a bunch of threes, and
The thing is too though, they had like
sometimes
shitty
it goes in.
they had shitty turnovers. They had multiple rebounds go like off in the second half, like off their knee and out of bounds that let Kansas keep the ball. It looked to me like I was watching that team. I was watching Creighton and I was like, they look intimidated. They look off. And I don't know, maybe it was an off night. I think they were scared to walk into, as much as it pains me to say. Allen Fieldhouse. Well, there was like 2,000 people there. They were scared. They were still scared. If that place had been full with a full hostile Allen Fieldhouse, they would have been done. Like they would have lost by double digits, no question.
Are you going to finally respect Kansas now?
Yes, I respect Kansas now. I do.
Speaking of you.
I do. I thought they were softer than they were. But that was a real good win.
Right here on this rundown, too, it says KU, but he lowercase the K. That's a Mizzou thing.
Yeah, Missouri. We do not consider Kansas a proper noun or proper place.
So you lowercase the K.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah. Always lowercase.
That's so lame.
Whatever.
It's lame as shit.
What's your tradition with South Florida?
Nothing. UCF has nothing. Like
I know.
We don't give a shit about South Florida.
I know. Because strip malls don't have traditions.
The war on I-4 pretty much is over at this point. Like we don't care about them.
You don't care that you don't have a rival.
It's
Memphis,
USF.
maybe?
No, it's USF.
Yeah.
No, Memphis doesn't beat us. That's why Norvell left.
Right.
And then he had to go out and get Mackenzie Milton
wanna hear
for
this.
Florida State.
Your school was founded like 70 years after Missouri and Kansas started playing. I don't want to hear rivalry talk.
Yeah, dude. My dad's older than my school, so
Oh, my dad probably is too. When was your school founded?
like 64.
Oh, way older. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
School was founded 22. Your school could barely drink.
I'm
when I was
older than
born.
the football team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we still have 2 BCS
So
game
get out of here with this.
championships.
Get out of here with this fucking. I don't care. Creighton. So Kansas to me is legit. I still don't put them higher than third yet in the Big 12. This Texas Tech. If they beat Tech, then I think they are
They're 2.
the number 2 team in the Big 12.
I still respect. I mean, Baylor's 1. Baylor's good.
Oh no, West Virginia. Sorry, they have to do a lot more than that. I do think they're above Tech already though, because Tech's been kind of weird.
Until proven otherwise, I will keep saying this. Kansas will win a share of the Big 12.
Baylor's going to win the Big 12 outright.
They'll win.
Baylor's going to fuck Kansas.
It'll be
up.
Baylor, and somehow Kansas will
Just weirdly.
every year they win the fucking Big 12. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
but the thing with the Big 12 is, and I've watched a lot of Big 12 basketball over the years, all those weird losses that other teams get, to get Kansas back in the game. Some years when they're like a top 15 team but not a top like 5 team, it happens on the road, obviously, and that's not there anymore.
More in the check. They say Kansas is not a real state.
I agree with that.
I've actually been to Kansas twice this year.
It's not really a real state.
It's kind of beautiful.
It's
low-key.
fucking not at all.
Well, it's better than I expected. It's greener than I thought.
That's weird.
Yeah,
It's
right?
just yellow usually.
No,
It's just like brownish yellow.
I've driven
fucking
through
dog shit.
I've driven through Lawrence. I've
Yeah.
been in Manhattan. I've been to Junction City.
What I don't care. Whatever. Who cares? By the way, my last point on why Creighton was scared. They missed a goddamn free throw to.
Tie the game.
Yeah. They lost on a missed free throw. On a. Although, by the way, if Allen Fieldhouse had been full, they don't get that call.
Well, you convinced me to bet the money line instead of the actual spread.
Yeah,
which
was a
4.5,
mistake.
5.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
it was a
big
mistake.
mistake there.
Next up, Iowa is wrecking everyone. I really don't know what else to say other than we were both kind of wrong on Iowa being soft so far.
I've never said that. That was your words. I just said they score a bunch of points and can't play defense,
You
which is
thought
still
they
true.
were a fraud.
They're
You
not.
thought they were a fraud.
I
You thought they-
literally told you they score points and they don't play defense.
Okay, well, I'm the asshole. Fair enough.
I just said bet every over for an Iowa game.
which I have which we are doing this week, or I am doing this week.
Garza's averaging 30 points a game
Yeah.
on 69% shooting again. Nice.
They beat the shit out of UNC. They beat the shit out of Iowa State. I don't really have much else to say. Like, Iowa's a machine. There's 3 teams that look like machines right now, and I believe they're the top 3 in the AP.
I guess when it comes to Iowa, what is Garza's kind of role in the NBA, like in the next level? What do you see Garza being?
I mean, Dirk didn't have to play much defense, did he?
Don't come after fucking Dirk. Are you saying Garza is Dirk? How
What?
dare you?
He's a Dirk style.
How dare you?
He's a Dirk
not
style.
the disrespect for Dirk.
How much defense did Dirk play, really?
But still, you're saying Luka Garza's on the same level as Dirk Nowitzki?
No, I'm not saying that Luka Garza is a first ballot Hall of Famer. What I'm saying is he reminds me of a tall guy, can shoot from anywhere, can rebound. He's not Durant. Like,
Right. No, I was thinking more like I wasn't thinking like he was on Dirk's level. I thought he was
he's like a Dirk super light. You know what I mean? Like like I'm not saying he's going to be. What I'm saying is it would be the type of thing where he's a tall, maybe Porzingis. Then fuck it, fine. Chris Stapps type of guy.
Chris Upp's lighting it up from 3.
I mean, he can shoot. Is the point?
Okay. So you think he's going to be like a pretty serviceable pro?
Yeah, I mean,
the
he
next
already
level?
has the like. They don't have to teach him how to shoot. They have to teach him how to play defense. What do you think is easier?
Effort. Probably effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
he'd be all right.
Yeah. No,
He could be a good 3-and-D.
He'll bounce around the league.
Yeah, he'll be.
He'll
I think
put,
he'd
he'll
be,
put 10 points a
he,
game.
He
off
might be the
bench.
type of guy, like, if he really keeps his like shot up and stuff like that, he might be the type of guy people bring in, like 6th, 7th guy down the line,
Right. No,
who you like put him in, he's gonna hit a couple threes.
So like ceiling 6th man of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Florida State got 2 big wins this week.
Brutal to watch. I had Florida State
Love
against
it.
Indiana.
As an as a guy who loves to be the under.
Yeah, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Again, this fucking team can't shoot, but Scotty Barnes, the freshman, like highly touted freshman that Florida State somehow got, he won
What do
on
you mean somehow they're good?
Yeah, they are good, but like when you think
They're
top,
a legit basketball school now.
right, but when you think like elite of the elite prospects, you don't think Florida State.
Yeah, I mean, it gets random. Sometimes they go random places.
Yeah. Well, he ends up winning on a Euro step runner off the glass. It was fucking gross.
It was, but it did help me hit a parlay midweek.
Yeah.
On college basketball.
And then I just wanted to shout out Raekwon Gray. He was just limping around all game doing the dirty work, and he's just a thick boy.
Yeah, dude, Florida State, man, they're a tough out. Like they're just dirty,
Grit and grind.
gritty.
They're just Memphis
and they're so
in college.
fucking yeah,
They're
and they're
the
just so long.
Grizzlies.
They're so goddamn like.
Right.
I mean, like you just can't score on them. They make you adjust so many shots. It's the rebounding is so fucking hard. I mean, I love Florida State as like a type of team where you're like, yeah, you can. Right now, they're the type of program that you can pencil in for a Sweet 16.
No, that's not true because I always take Florida State further than they should be in my brackets.
Sweet 16 is not further than they should be. Elite 8 is further than they should be.
They always lose in the first weekend. It's like without doubt. I'll always have Florida State in the Elite 8, and they always ruin that bullshit. Like, I'm just tired of being
hot boys.
I'm tired of being burnt by Tallahassee.
Fair, all right, fair enough.
It's a good time, by the way. You've been to Tallahassee?
No, just Gainesville.
Hmm.
Yeah, Gainesville was whatever.
We're going to make a
thought.
trip
It
to
was all right.
Tallahassee when all this shit clears up. Or maybe now. I don't know. Maybe do it for Christmas.
Orlando, hit the UCF, stomping.
yeah, we just drive through Tallahassee, and then we end up in Orlando for some game.
We'll get the vaccine and go fucking wild.
I'm not getting the vaccine. Not
Jesus
yet.
Christ.
Not yet.
No one's asking you to take it first.
5th. I'll
yeah,
take it.
they
5th.
also Florida State also beat the shit out of UF, whose player died on the court. Basically, he's in a fucking coma right now.
What? I didn't hear this.
What?
I didn't see this.
Oh god, I gotta look up his name.
No. So he's in a coma?
He's in a medically induced coma. He essentially like
we don't need his name. It's better if we don't have his name.
all right, whatever. Anyway,
just give me the rundown.
their player like collapsed on the court and got taken to the hospital. Florida flew his family down. UF flew his family down, and he's in a medically induced coma. And this was in Tallahassee, and he's being transported back to Gainesville.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not good. I hope he's all right. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I hope he does. Like, I hope he's okay. I
Let's
don't know.
see.
What's going on.
Keontae Johnson.
Yes. And then one last game recap: San Diego State.
Says he's in stable condition.
Yeah, critical but stable.
Critical but stable. What
Yeah.
does that mean?
Well, it means they're not putting paddles on his chest every 20 minutes. Like, it's serious, but they're not like having to keep him alive. You know?
Yeah, it says he battled coronavirus, so maybe some complications of that.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
You gonna take that vaccine yet?
No.
Asshole.
I've probably had it. The odds that I haven't had it at this point.
No, I disagree with that. You would have known with your diarrhea.
I have pre-existing condition, but I work out all the time, so I'm always going to be asymptomatic.
I don't even.
That's how it works.
Okay.
You bench it out of your system.
San Diego State beat the shit out of ASU. I mean, they won by double digits. They beat the total shit out of them, but they were clearly the better team. San Diego State isn't there yet in terms of like actual ranking, but I think they're a top 10 team.
Well, they're the best team in the Pac-12.
They are the best team in the Pac-12.
They've beaten UCLA,
Yeah.
Arizona State, two of which were teams that were supposed to win the Pac-12.
Yeah. Dude, Arizona State right now, as far as I'm concerned, is a fucking fraud. Fuck Remy Martin.
Remy Martin shoots like a dickhead.
Fuck Arizona State. Fuck Remy Martin. Fuck everything.
He just pushes the
Yeah.
ball.
No. Fuck like
It somehow
Arizona
goes
State is a
in.
fraud. If Arizona State ends up being a 5 seed, smash that upset. Holy fuck.
Yeah, 12 seeds beating them.
Yeah.
For sure.
San Diego State to me is a top 10 team. San Diego State might be in terms of like a
They're gonna run
bracket
the
when it
table?
comes out.
They're gonna
They
go
might be a
undefeated?
value like 3 seed.
No, because they might run the table.
They
Go undefeated. They're a 1
They're
seed.
not in a good conference.
You don't think they're going to be a 1 seed? If they run
If
the
they go
table?
undefeated. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
They're at least a 2 because they're not going to lose more than one game.
I really buy San Diego State though. They look like Florida State, but they play better.
Yeah, and
Like-
we'll get into a player for San Diego State for a later segment.
Yeah.
Talking about buying.
And then Kentucky's 1-4, but obviously they'll make an Elite Eight at least. They lost to Notre Dame. They did close a 20
You
point.
just said Kentucky is 1-4, Boston Notre Dame, but they will make an Elite Eight.
They're going to be a low. They're going to be a low seeded team in the tournament, and they're going to really infuriatingly make the second weekend.
Yeah, so-
maybe not an Elite Eight, but they'll make the second weekend.
One of the top headlines at ESPN, John Calipari says adversity will make 1-4 Kentucky Wildcats tougher. You agree?
I do agree they're going to figure it out. I hope it's not till after they play Missouri, but they're going to figure it out.
Tyler Swank says ASU football can score more than their basketball team. If they play Arizona every week, yes.
Well, yeah, fuck. Yeah.
Later, Sumlin.
And then what you write in here? Will Wade has COVID?
Will Wade has COVID, so he's out for, I believe, the game tonight and probably the foreseeable future for LSU.
It's going to be 2 weeks for sure.
At least, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that how that works?
Well, he doesn't need to coach. He just needs to pay kids.
Yeah, no, he just needs to keep dropping the bag.
Yeah.
Getting those recruits.
Yeah. So that's weekly recap. Do you want to do the underporn? You mean it's my turn to do the underporn?
Yeah, I can do the underporn.
All right, the underporn. I'll introduce it at least. It was from Marquette UCLA this week. I lost money on this game, unfortunately. I thought Marquette was gonna win, or maybe cover. I don't remember. But the over/under was 136. Both Marquette and UCLA are hard-ass defensive teams, and they play slow.
Mm-hmm.
And
So this is a 4-minute stretch from this is first half, second half.
this is second
Second half, okay. Missed 3-point jumper, defensive rebound. Missed 3-point jumper, defensive rebound. Foul, TV timeout. Missed jumper, defensive rebound.
By the
Missed
way,
3-point jumper.
that TV timeout, if you're watching this game, it adds just like an extra 2 minutes to nothing happening.
Well, there's a TV timeout every 4 minutes.
Yeah.
In
No,
basketball.
I know, but it's saying like it's just it's the extra nothing happening.
Defensive rebound, foul, made free throw, missed jumper, defensive rebound, missed dunk, block, defensive rebound, missed layup, block, defensive rebound, foul, turnover, missed layup, offensive rebound, foul, missed 3-point jumper, defensive rebound, foul, turnover, steal, missed 3-point jumper, defensive rebound, missed 3-point jumper. They're just jacking up threes.
Yeah.
Offensive rebound, made layup.
Finally, the made layup. This is in the second half too. The made layup made it 44-44 with 12 minutes and change left in the game.
Yep. And so that was a solid with the timeout and everything. That was probably a good 20 minutes.
Minimum.
This game fucking sucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's exactly what you want. And UCLA ended up pulling away. Are you ready to admit that UCLA is okay?
I'll admit they're okay.
Okay.
They're ranked way too high in Ken Palm. Ken Palm has them like 26.
You don't believe
buy
in
that.
Mick Cronin? We get it, dude. You hate the Irish.
No, I do like I
You're a
actually really like
self-hating
that
Irishman.
elf. I like that elf boy. He had some good ass Cincinnati teams. I just don't think he has his like full.
He's made for L.A. Okay.
Yeah. Fucking.
When I think L.A., I think Mick Cronin.
I think a fucking 5'3", bald elf man who like it almost looks like he recruits the men he wishes he was, just like these tree-sized like jacked black guys that are just like long and athletic, and Mick Cronin's like, I want to be you.
I think there's a category for that on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's who you want to be? I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
BBC.
I think it's BBC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's who I want to be.
Let's our weekly Hauser Brother Power.
It's time for the
Rankings.
Hauser Brother Power Rankings. Dan, what happened this week? I didn't. Well, they got a game canceled against each other, which is bullshit.
Well, yeah, there was supposed to be the Hauser Bowl, right? So Michigan State was supposed to play Virginia. Unfortunately, due to COVID, that did not happen. Again, just kind of with the theme of cancellations. So Sam Hauser didn't actually play this week. So by default, we have to put Sam Hauser at 2.
Well, yes.
So Joey Hauser remains up top. He played 1 game, 10 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, I believe.
And he
Against
is
Oakland, Michigan, by the way.
Yeah, but Sam is obviously still the more attractive Hauser brother,
But he didn't play.
but he didn't play, and looks only get you so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to be objective here.
We
Rob.
do still have to do a body ranking though.
That might have to, maybe after
Hot
Christmas.
bod ranking.
Yeah.
Yeah. After
Yeah.
Christmas for sure.
Just to see kind of like how the holidays affect them.
Well, are we gonna be able to get a recent pick?
We'll just have to watch the games.
Yeah,
man.
we'll just have to watch. Well, yeah, that's fair. So yeah, yeah, man.
We got some games
Joey
coming up.
Hauser.
So pretty much just quick picks right now.
Yeah, just quick picks. We'll
All right.
just do it real quick.
Rutgers, Maryland, is that tonight?
That is tonight. Yeah.
Rutgers getting 2.
Rutgers getting 2, and I like Rutgers to win this game. Rutgers is they're 2-point dogs. They're better than Maryland, and they're at Maryland, but there's no fans, so I'm taking Rutgers.
Speaking of a team with no guy, that's Maryland, because they have 3 starters with double digits between Eric Ayala and then Hakeem Hart, Donta Scott. They're all averaging like somewhere between 11 and 12 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron Harper Jr. is on Rutgers. You'll know his dad was a former NBA great, Ron Harper, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's putting up 23 points a game. They rolled their first 3 opponents, Sacred Heart, Fairleigh Dickinson,
Just don't be afraid of the name.
Hofstra.
Just don't be afraid of the name Rutgers.
They beat Syracuse on Tuesday
Yeah.
pretty convincingly.
At Syracuse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're ranked 13th in KenPom defensive rating right now. Yeah, it's weird to just say Rutgers basketball.
It sounds fucked up. What's Rutgers anything? It sounds
Well,
fucked
Jimmy
up.
V. The Jimmy V. Remember when he's giving that speech at
Yeah.
the ESPYs and
Yeah.
he's just like, Rutgers basketball.
Right.
That's the only thing I think when I think Rutgers
That's
basketball.
Fair. Yeah, I like Rutgers. Take the money line. Take the line. I don't care. I like them to win that game.
Yeah, they probably win that game.
Pepperdine,
Maryland's pretty
Whatever.
average. They're pretty meh.
UNLV. Even though Pepperdine had kind of a dinky loss, UNLV sucks, and they're
UNLV just had their first win of the season against Kansas State, which should tell you
Kent.
everything. Kent State?
Kent State.
I thought they played. No, it was Kansas State.
Was it K-State?
Yeah, it was
Okay,
K-State.
well, whatever. I don't
Which
care.
tells you even more about K-State.
Yeah. UNLV sucks. Pepperdine's pretty decent. Maybe I read that wrong too. Whatever.
You did.
I
Yeah.
like Pepperdine, but just take the money line.
Actually, no. No. They lost to UNLV. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Kansas State.
I like the money line. It's Pepperdine's 2.5 point favorite. I like the money line just to be safe. Minnesota at Illinois. I don't have any thoughts on the actual game, but take the fucking over.
Okay. Duke, Notre Dame. Who you like there?
Hold on. Well, the over on Minnesota Illinois is 149.5. Both teams can score, and Illinois' defense is terrible. Like that's going. I am not a big college basketball over guy. I take that over. Duke Notre Dame. Notre Dame's like going to be about +5. This is based on KenPom because that line's not out yet. It's at Notre Dame. I like Notre Dame to win outright.
Okay.
You could take the spread or take the money line, but
So,
I think Notre Dame wins that game.
Jalen Johnson has actually scored less in every game this season than the previous game.
Yeah.
He went 19, 11, 9, and 7. Coach K gave the boys some some games off, I guess, just because they were just like, yeah, we don't want to lose to anybody who's not in our conference anymore. We're tired of losing. Our team sucks. Kind of like the coaching matchup here, Mike Bray versus Coach K. Mike Bray might be one of the more likable coaches in college basketball compared to Coach K.
I do like him a lot.
Mike Bray's awesome. He's like your uncle that has like mob ties.
He does like fucking sketch as shit. Like he's just sweaty and
in the best possible way.
Yeah.
Slick back hair.
I agree with that.
There's not a whole lot of hair there, but whatever he has, he still kind of puts back.
Yeah.
I really like Mike Bray, but no, Coach K, Duke's winning this game.
You think Duke's gonna? It's
a bounce back.
Totally disagree with that.
I don't think Notre Dame's that good this year. Notre Dame's pretty meh, pretty whatever.
They just gave Iowa State a game and beat Kentucky, right?
Yeah, but Duke, after all the shit that people were talking this week,
I think
Coach K's not losing this game.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Well, would you like +5 at least, or?
No, I think Duke kind of handles them convincingly.
All right.
Probably like double digits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kansas at Texas Tech. This is how much faith I have in Kansas right now. I'm dead serious. Kansas are 2-point dogs. I would take that or the money line. I really think they're going to win that game, but it's going to be really tight either way. Tech hasn't really proven anything to me yet. Kansas has proven like a lot to me.
Yeah. Are you a big Mac McClung guy?
We'll have a feature on him one day.
Yeah, Ross. When we get Ross on the show, we can talk Mac McClung.
We'll just do like 20 minutes on Mac
because he loves Mac McClung.
Yeah. Iowa State at West Virginia. West Virginia is 12-point. Will be about a 12-point favorite based on Ken Pom. I think they blow them the fuck out. Like that game's probably like a 25-point win for West Virginia.
Probably Iowa State's not very good this year.
Yeah, they suck.
They don't have their like 8th-year senior transfers.
Right. Yeah.
So.
BYU at San Diego State, kind of same thing. BYU's gotten blown out a couple times this year.
It's not in the mountains of BYU.
Yeah, it's at San Diego State.
You don't have to worry about that bullshit air.
I like San Diego State -8, or if you just want to take the money line,
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll really see who Iowa is when they play Gonzaga.
Yeah, Gonzaga's
19th.
What?
That's on the 19th, right?
I think it's a Saturday game. Yeah, I didn't write down the dates. Gonzaga's -3 versus Iowa. I don't really know what to take, but my guess is, considering how bad Iowa's defense is,
I'll take the Zags.
Yeah, -3
points. Yeah,
certainly the money line. In fact, if that line gets closer, just smash the money line because I think Zags wins.
And then probably a player prop, whatever Garza's over/under is for points, take the over.
Yeah, agreed. He's gonna score.
He'll go off, but I don't think anybody else in Iowa is gonna like kind of contribute for that game.
Houston at Alabama is actually a sneaky good game. I like Houston money line.
You don't want the Bennett ball versus Jay Wright? Virginia Villanova.
Oh, I skipped that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like Nova -3 at home. At least I would take the money line. I think Nova's gonna win.
It's a good Nova team, but at the same time, I think Virginia needs to kind of like make
it. They need it.
They need it. I think they need it more than Villanova.
I don't know if they're gonna get it.
I think they get it.
Do you think they get it?
Give me Virginia in this game. Yeah.
Nova's -3. I would take just the money line on that. I don't know. Like, that's just a weird one where like you never fucking know.
Houston, Alabama. Houston's a way better team. Take Houston.
I forgot what the spread was because I only just wrote Houston money line.
Is Houston getting points? I'd imagine.
Yes, they're the favorite. But it was relatively.
So they're giving points then.
They're giving points. Yeah, it was relatively tight though. Well, this is all based on Ken Pom.
Okay, whatever. Houston lay the points.
Yeah. UNC at Ohio State. Ohio State's a 1-point favorite on Ken Pom.
Okay.
So they'll be about a 1-point favorite, maybe 2.
I like North Carolina there.
Really?
Yeah.
North Carolina is another team that I'm like, I just don't know
what to
about
make of you.
Yeah. That's a tough one. I would take Ohio State like money line on
Baylor, K-State. Baylor's -12.
Oh, smash that.
Smash that.
Baylor is going to fucking rail K-State. -12.
Might not score 40 points.
Yeah. Yeah. Baylor. So that's based on Ken Pom. I don't know what the actual betting line is going to be.
Kansas State is the worst team in
but unless
Power
it's
5.
Baylor like +25. Like if it is Baylor under 15, fucking put all your money on that.
I'll lay 30 points here. I don't care. Baylor's going to smash that ass.
Xavier at DePaul. Xavier's only 3-point favorite. I'd just take the money line on that. DePaul hasn't played much and Xavier's better.
I kind of like this DePaul team. Yeah, just give me DePaul.
Okay.
I'm starting to recruit Chicago a little bit.
All right. And then Kentucky at UCLA. I actually like Kentucky +2. They got to win a game sometime.
Classic you going against
UCLA.
Our boy Mick.
Yeah. I hate that fucking Irish elf.
Well, you got to think this is a
Charms
learning experience for Kentucky, right? They got to keep losing games so they can
They're going to learn valuable lessons here.
so they can proceed in the tournament later on in March if
Yeah.
they ever get there.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what to make of this game, but yeah, it seems like Kentucky probably needs it more.
Yeah, I think Kentucky wins this game personally.
Yeah.
UCLA hasn't done anything that impressive. It's just a matter of how quickly Calipari figures it out. To me.
Yeah.
So whatever. Underwatch of the week. This is where your underporn comes in. Now I want to be clear about this every week. I want to be clear though again. This does not smash the under before the game.
It's mid-game.
It is watch the live lines on these games and see what happens. This week I picked a couple games where I'm like, oh, they might jump early, or a couple games, and then a couple games where it's like, oh, they just suck, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just hit an under regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Marquette at Creighton. Marquette has really good defense. Creighton's not like the fastest team in the world, and they play good defense as well. And Marquette, offense-wise, is just okay. Longwood at Radford, the names should explain that one. Clemson at Virginia Tech. Clemson's slow and has a great defense.
You say that, but like these random-ass games, they just score a billion points
Nah,
sometimes.
these teams are both bad and play really slow. The teams that score a ton of points at least like play with some level of pace. These guys do not.
Gotcha. Shouts to Chattanooga, by the way, 6-0.
There you go. Clemson, Virginia Tech, both play slow, both have good defense. I like that.
I think I'm gonna ride for Chattanooga all year now.
Is that your fucking
I'll just
weirdo
pick a
team that you
weirdo
love?
fuck team for the
All right.
attorney. Yeah,
That's fine.
Let's ride Chattanooga.
Loyola, Chicago, Wisconsin, both play slow, both play good defense. Georgia Tech, Florida State, same deal. Florida. I don't know if Florida State's ever gonna not.
I don't think you can pay me to watch that game.
K-State at Iowa State.
Either. No.
Both play slow and both. Or actually, Iowa State doesn't play that slow, but they have a good defense. K-State plays super slow and is obviously pure hot dog shit.
I think I'd rather jerk off with a cheese grater than watch this game.
Yeah, I'd rather jerk off my dog than watch that game. I'd rather jerk off my dog for the amount of time it takes to watch a college basketball game.
South Florida, Cincy. You're just listing the worst games of the week.
Cincy's not a bad team, but both play slow. Both suck.
I don't need South Florida.
Kansas at Tech. I think the under hits. Kansas has elite defense. Tech has elite defense. Kansas plays kind of. They're not necessarily slow, but Tech is really slow.
Yeah, I could see that game ended in like.
But the other thing I like about
52.
Kansas Tech too is that they have good players, so there could be a spurt in that game where they drop in like 15 points in a minute and a half.
So grab that live.
Yeah.
Nova comes out firing against Virginia.
Same
grab
thing.
that under. Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah,
Kentucky,
Nova,
UCLA.
Virginia is going to have a scoring streak at some point. Same with the next one, Kentucky, UCLA. The players are good enough where they're going to score at some point, and it's going to jump the lineup more than it should be, and then that's when you smash the under. I like that. I really like those games as live unders.
Cool.
Future real estate.
Agent of the week.
Yeah. What do you got?
We got Jordan Shackle for San Diego State. Actually puts up points for this team.
I don't remember him, and I was watching that game really closely.
You'll know him as the caveman looking motherfucker. With the giant beard.
Yes.
And the hair and the beard.
Yeah, I do
combo.
remember him now. Yeah, he was hard to look at.
Yeah. So he'll clean up the hair. He'll trim the beard.
Obviously, yeah.
He's going to get into like some weird like hard money lending company while doing real estate on the side. He's going to buy his own properties around like the San Diego State area.
He'll tweet something like they're not making any more land.
Yeah, he'll talk about like being his own boss.
Yeah.
And just kind of like how to like grind.
The grind.
It's all about the grind.
It's the grind. And how real estate is just like basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll he'll really force those into the dozens of people that listen to him during like seminars that he does about how you make money just buying property and renting them out. So he's going to be a landlord. He's not going to be a real estate agent. He's going to work with a hard money lender.
Yeah.
And he's going to be a landlord.
Okay.
In the San Diego State area. Or have you been to San Diego State?
No.
It's just garbage. Like the campus is nice, but all around it is just like the most trap housey.
It's very on brand for like most universities.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, but some real like Latin King vibes to San Diego State.
Southern California.
Yeah.
You're not going to get Latin King vibes, at like, I don't know, Marshall.
Villanova.
Yeah, it's not going to happen there.
Not on the main line, no.
No.
But yeah, I mean, when I was when I went out to San Diego State, I was scared for my life.
That's bizarre to me, but all right. I would not have guessed that.
Right?
I would have guessed it was like a shitty Pepperdine.
It's extremely,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's extremely shitty Pepperdine. Pepperdine, if you went to campus at Pepperdine, if they actually got some of these top recruits to go to Pepperdine, nobody would ever leave.
Yeah, it's in Malibu.
Pepperdine should be like a powerhouse.
Yeah, it's in fucking Malibu.
They should be Gonzaga.
I think they're good at baseball.
Why are you going to Gonzaga over Pepperdine?
There's no reason. There's no reason to go to
You're
Gonzaga.
going to Spokane, Washington?
Over Malibu.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I want to be right on the beach.
Really, Pepperdine has, obviously football would be tough, but Pepperdine has no excuse to not be an elite basketball team.
Yeah, no, Pepperdine should be. I mean, I guess
they're in LA.
They're kind of religious, though, right? They have that like religious connection.
Not
I don't know.
the people I knew that went there.
Okay.
It's not exactly Baylor
right.
or something.
It's not fucking BYU.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Well, yeah, sure, certainly not. But all right, so he's your real estate agent of the week?
Yeah, I think he's going to, talk about investing in yourself, investing in property. He's going to make a lot of money.
Do you think he'll get a little Jesus-y or?
No, it's not that kind of
Not that
vibe.
kind of guy, yeah.
It's just like I'm going to like have a plug at a hard money lender. I'm going to get these like jacked up rates for anybody that I connect with these people and kind of get a little throwback.
Tight.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Shouts to Jordan Shackle, San Diego State.
Fair enough. Now it's time for our Bill Walton quote of the week. And I'm just going to have to play this one because I don't really know how else.
You can't play it.
I can't?
No, you can't play it. We don't have the I don't think we have the rights to the audio.
It's just him imitating a bear.
Well, you should have told me that.
I did
I
before the fucking show started.
I could put it on the board.
What do you mean?
We'll do that next week. I can put it on the board and just hit a button, and I can play the Bill Walton quote of the week.
It's here. I have it. I put my mic up to it.
Put your mic to it then.
What?
Go for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about.
Okay.
Damn.
But, I mean, come on. Production quality. Right?
Whatever. It's going to sound like Bill Walton being a bear. My computer's also down to like 6% battery. I didn't plan well for this.
You certainly did not.
No. There's a lot going on today.
Yeah.
Not really. I actually just felt like shit. We got really fucked up at Jake's last night.
Yeah. For the Rumplements, you have the kickoff. Is that what really got you? Kind of brought back all those bad feelings when you took that shot?
No, that made things feel better, to be quite honest.
Hair of the dog.
Yeah, it's a late day hair of the dog.
Fucking 4.
All right, here comes Bill Walton. Jesus, it lasts forever.
What game is that?
That was for the USC UCLA football game. It was a part of the promo for it.
Okay.
And the last 20 seconds is just Bill Walton being a bear.
Okay.
I'll just play that again. Our Bill Walton quote of the week is...
Which, by the way, that was a great game. Shouts to USC for that comeback in that plus 200 live line. Yep.
I would highly recommend looking up that video if you can. It's fucking outrageous.
Yeah. How long are we going to do this with Bill Walton, you think? We're just going to let him run? It is the Pac-12. Nobody really watches. So he could do this forever.
He can do it. He's going to do it till he dies, which is going to be at like 110.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
He's living for a long time.
I mean, if we're still running out...
And then he's going to have his fucking ashes shot out of a cannon.
If we're still running out Corso
cover band show
for game day,
yeah,
Bill Walton's fine.
Yeah, he's good to go. He's going to ask like his family to smoke his ashes or ingest them or something.
For sure. Like, Luke, you need to drink me.
Yeah, 100%.
So I can live in you.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Pretty much. But yeah, that's it. That's the show this week. Any final thoughts on the landscape of things?
I'm just interested to see how the season goes, obviously, with people kind of being selective with when they want to play, if they want to play, because no one's being forced to. Conferences aren't like, hey, you got to play these games. You can sit these out if you want. So it's going to be weird seeing, especially when we get to selection time for the tournament, if it ever happens. Especially, I mean, with these spikes and everything kind of shutting down in the Northeast. I know a lot of people in Philly right now, just like nothing is open. I can't even go home for Christmas because I'd have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
What do you mean you couldn't go into your parents' house even?
No, I'd have to quarantine for 2 weeks. And
what, showing up to the city?
To the town.
What would you have to do? Just sit in a barrack?
Just my childhood room for 2 weeks. No thanks.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how they're gonna get to Indy for March. I don't
They'll
know.
get there.
I don't know how
They'll be all right.
I don't know how the bubble's gonna work in Indy.
I feel like the bubble will be fine. It's a lot easier.
No, it's more. So 68 teams, right? You need multiple courts for that for the all day process.
Well, they have 2 arenas there.
They do, but
Two arenas. If you're playing games from 10 in the morning till 10 at night, that's a lot of fucking games in a day that you can do.
Again, they do this tournament throughout the country for a reason. You have 2 arenas, but it's one basketball. Are you gonna have multiple basketball
No, they
courts?
definitely have more than 2 arenas because there's like a college there. Too,
People will say there's so many courts in Indiana, like high school, but they're not regulation. So you have to play college regulation. Most high school courts aren't regulation.
Right. But I think there's the third. I think there's a university in Indiana they could play at too.
I just think
or
it's gonna be a clusterfuck, and they might have to go to like the convention center and just put courts next to each other, and then games will have to stop because balls will go flying
That'd
like
be
it's
funny.
an AAU summer camp.
That'd be tight. Well, these kids just finished playing AAU, so fuck it.
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah. My only takeaway is that I think the ACC is pretty fucking soft, and I'm higher on Kansas than I was.
You're just hot take Bob right now.
I guess apparently. And
I'm gonna let things play out for a little bit. I don't think teams are obviously situations.
Oh, and Kentucky's gonna make the second weekend of the tournament.
I just don't think
That's for sure gonna.
I don't know if the tournament's gonna happen. If I'm
The
being
tournament
real.
will happen.
I have my.
They
doubts
can't
right now.
afford for it to not happen.
2 straight years.
No, they can't afford it.
But here's the thing: nobody else cares about college. Like only college basketball fans like college basketball, and they'll just.
Everyone likes March Madness.
Everyone loves March Madness, but then I think it's going to be right at that time where enough people have taken the vaccine. But I don't know. I don't know what to make of March.
It'll happen. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm optimistic on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to be realistic.
Pessimistic is really pessimism is not realism. There's a difference.
We're going to get through football, and they're going to be like, you know what? Shut it down.
Yeah, whatever.
We already had the Super Bowl. We had the college football playoff. We don't need March Madness. How many lives is it worth, Rob? That's what's going to happen.
I don't know.
That's the narrative
take
that's
the
going to
fucking
start.
vaccine then.
Yeah. If it means a March Madness, I'll take the vaccine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take like 3 vaccines for that. All right. Well, that's it for this week. As always, for my co-host
Well, say where you can find us.
and producer Dan Regester.
We still have 4 minutes to go.
What?
We still have 4 minutes to go.
Oh,
So we gotta hit that hour.
I thought we were way over the hour.
No.
To be honest.
No, we were not.
I thought we were just fucking.
So where can they find you? Where the good people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RobFox3. You can find this podcast on everywhere podcasts are: Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Was that what it's called now? Like the podcast app? It's not iTunes anymore.
Just podcast app.
Yeah, podcast app. Dan, I remember exactly what yours are. Dan_Regester.
On Twitter, REGESTER, and then just Dan Regester on Instagram. And then, of course, you can follow us for our history podcast that we do with our friend Jake Goldman.
We're recording an episode later tonight.
It's called Softcore History.
Softcore History. We're doing an episode on the Jewish holiday Purim.
Ooh.
Me and Jake were talking yesterday, and he was like, Hanukkah's bullshit.
Yeah, and last week we did an episode on
Saturnalia.
which is Roman Christmas.
Yeah, Roman pagan Christmas.
So I'm actually going to upload that video later today on YouTube. So we'll have that and today's episode up. Last week's episode's up on all the podcast platforms, so you can find out wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yep.
But yeah, we should be back. Looking forward to hopefully more games not being canceled. Hopefully they ride this out.
This should be a good slate. If Iowa Gonzaga gets canceled, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
If Gonzaga just doesn't play basketball anymore, I'm gonna
at
be
this point.
pretty
If
down.
that game gets canceled, Gonzaga shouldn't be number 1.
Shut up.
I'm not saying they should drop out of the rankings, but just put Baylor up there. If they play more games, at some point you got to rank the team that's playing. Because if you're not playing, you're eventually going to not be as good. You're not getting the reps. You're not in game shape anymore.
Well, like
it makes a fucking difference.
Jalen Suggs is healing right now, so that's your conspiracy.
Yeah, that's my conspiracy, is that they're trying to get Suggs to heal.
All right.
It makes a fucking difference.
Sure. All right. If you play more games, you deserve to be ranked higher. Sure. I believe. Yeah. I can digest Baylor being 1.
They're 1A already. I mean, it's not like Gonzaga's head and shoulders above Baylor.
I think so, but that's for another time.
Yeah. That it?
Yeah. For Dan Regester,
I'm Rob Fox. We'll
be back next Monday.
catch you next Monday with another recap and underporn and all that fun shit. And I will post our betting stuff that we said in the Drinking Bros Sports Facebook group. Join that for sure. So yeah, if you need that info, it'll be there.